An export credit ensures that an exporter receives payment for goods shipped overseas in the event that customer defaults, reducing the risk to the customer's business and allowing it to keep its prices competitive. The Uganda Manufacturers Association therefore says that the delay in its formulation by the Ministry of Finance puts the potential growth of exports at risk.
Much with market under the ESC. We've had a lot of issues dealing with Kenya, dealing with Tanzania, dealing with Rwanda. However, for us, we don't tire. This is an opportunity for us to expand and also work hard. Because if you don't first clean ourselves in the ESC, we're not going to be able to fly to the AFCFTA. All of us, we are here today to talk about tariff concessions. These tariffs are so important in trade. Because if you're not going to have tariffs, you're not going to be able to trade. All these are tools facilitating trade. So we are all here to make sure we clean our house. We have learned lessons from the ESC. Now we don't want to make the same mistake when it comes to FCFTA. That's why we are coming here to go through all these tariff concessions, because this FCFTA market is too big. We have the challenges, yes, they are there, because some of them are trying to address them prior to that. For example, we have issues of export guarantee scheme. We've been trying to put it to government. For example, if you're exporting to these volatile areas, the Congo, the DRC, the Sudan, political instability is too high. What do we want? We want you to give us what we call an export guarantee scheme, which should be given to us as manufacturers to be sure that if I'm going, there's an insurance. My products will be able to get there, even if I get a problem, because I have seen many have had our traders.
According to Collins Agaba, the policy analyst at Uganda Manufacturers Association, manufacturers are finding it difficult to trade in the East African community due to lack of export guarantee, adding that they have engaged with the Minister of Finance, but all in vain.
The export guarantee scheme is supposed to be an initiative from Minister of Finance. So Minister of Finance is supposed to come up with this export guarantee scheme, working with the bankers, in that you put money in place, which is supposed to be an insurance fund, in that if I'm exporting, in case of anything happening, I will be compensated, as you know how the insurance works. We have engaged, actually at our post-budget dialogue we engaged them, and they said they are working on it, working with the Uganda Manufacturers Association, with the Uganda Bankers Association, through the project they called Invite. They're going to put it in place. We are still engaging. You know, we don't tire as private sector.
They also stressed the need to avoid focusing on the free trade zone for the African continent, and yet the East African community bloc still faces some import and export challenges that haven't yet been solved. There's no doubt that East African countries are elevating from the East African Community Integrated Market to the African Continent Free Trade Area. However, there are some challenges that are being faced by small and medium enterprises, especially in Uganda here, that are related to the cost of certification, standards, and a lot of paperwork at the Uganda National Bureau of Standards. In fact, others are even worried whether they will tap into the African market just because of such challenges. It's because of this reason that they are calling upon the policy makers to come up with a robust mechanism that will make them tap into the African market, the African continent.
How are we going to achieve the Africa free trade, yet we have also failed to implement just a small region with East Africa? So a lot has to be looked at before we enter the Africa free trade. Let us first solve the challenges that we are facing as a community. For instance, the tariffs, communication tariffs.
We have learned lessons from the ESC. Now we don't want to make the same mistake when it comes to FCFTA. That's why we are coming here to go through all these tariff concessions, because this FCFTA market is too big. We have the challenges, yes, they are there, because some of them are trying to address them prior to.
Despite this progress made throughout the years, some challenges remain noteworthy when it comes to the implementation of the East African Community Custom Union. According to John Bosco Kalisa, the Executive Director of the East African Business Council, East African Community is still grappling with some challenges, but that can't stop them from widening the market opportunities.
You are very right, but again, private sector is looking into the market. Private sector is looking into a wider market. While we are still grappling with those issues at the ESC level, we need also to ensure that we expand our market reach, we expand our investment. And numbers in economics matters. So the wider market matters for whoever want to invest, want to do business in East Africa. He can position here to serve the entire continent. So while we are trying to resolve our internal issues, it shouldn't really stop us from looking at the wider continental market and the global market. And I think
you may also look at the self-esteem of different countries trying to make their countries first. And this could be the reason as to why even the East African community trade has failed to work. You can see right now Kenya has negated milk from Uganda. Yet we believe that we have to trade, to have open trade within East African country.
There are other countries envoying to join the regional bloc, as the summit of the East African Community Heads of State and Government have said in their 2011 communique. The region has increased both inter- and intra-regional trade and has also witnessed an increase in the intra-East African Community foreign direct investments amidst challenges. Pedson Mumbere, Smart24 TV, Business Today.